was working out of the gym, and this lady got on the elliptical beside me, and everything on her was like in shape. Everything. I mean, it was just like everything was tight, and the only thing on me that was tight was my ponytail holder, you know? And so she was on the elliptical beside me, and I was feeling like a marshmallow, honestly. And she was just so beautiful and tiny. And I just thought, for the sake of every other woman out there who feels fluffy today, I am going to out-elliptical her. I am. And so I started going, and I was going to keep in step with her. And then my friend called, and I didn't want to lose my competition, but I knew my friend needed me, so I answered the phone. And there's big signs at the gym, you're not supposed to be on the phone. And all of a sudden, she got off her elliptical and huffed away. And ever since then, like, I just know that woman hates me. Until one day she came out of the bathroom and she smiled at me. And it wasn't like, I'm about to whip your tail on the gym floor. It wasn't that kind of smile. It was like, oh, hey, haven't I seen you before? And as I got on the elliptical that day, I started thinking, I don't think she's had any of these thoughts of me that I have assigned to her. Like, I think I have assigned her feelings of rejection that were simply perceived. And I think I've been dealing with not only the lady at the gym in that way, but I think so many of the rejections of our past are affecting us more than we even realize. And so sometimes rejection is real, but sometimes it is perceived. And so to answer your question in a very funny way, yes, I think absolutely. The enemy is the father of lies. So he wants to speak those lies over us constantly so that destruction and division can happen. And that's really, there's nothing that brings the enemy more joy, I believe, than when he divides people and separates people. Not only separates them from each other, but separates us from the love of God that's supposed to flow through us to everyone around us. But if we're so caught up in our own needs and we walk into a room and we think, who can make me feel loved? Who can make me feel beautiful? You know, who can snap a picture and only use the one where I look the best, you know? I mean, it's almost like we walk in and we're so needy. And in essence, that's us being incredibly greedy. Instead, we should have the fullness of God. And this is where living loved comes in, because yes, it's the book is titled Uninvited, but what I want people to understand is I want to wake up every day and I want to be a living testimony for God's love. I don't want to be a commercial for crazy, because honestly, sometimes I do look like that, a commercial for nothing but crazy in the gym, hashtag elliptical wars, right? But I want to wake up every day so convinced, absolutely assured, God loves me. Therefore, I can bring the fullness of God into any situation I face. And instead of my insecurities being the first thing that walks into a room, I can let the love of God be the very first thing that enters the room. And instead of waiting for everyone else to make me feel pretty, my outfit looks good, my boots are cute, thanks, James, you know what I'm saying? Instead of that, I don't have to wait for that. If it happens, that's awesome. But I don't have to wait for it, because I know inside the heart of every person is that desperate need. They want to be loved. They want to be accepted. They want to belong. So I can walk into the room, instead of my neediness becoming my greediness, the love of God can overflow out of me. And the more we ease the loneliness, ache in others, the more it will be dramatically eased in us.